Hi, my name is Ingrid DeHart, and today we're going to make a raw vegan pappardelle with pesto sauce. Now, traditionally, pappardelle is made with flour, and it's a wide, broad noodle similar to a wide fettuccine. But instead of using flour, we're going to make the noodles out of zucchini. And because we want this to be vegan, we don't want to put any cheese in it. Instead of using cheese, we're going to use something called nutritional yeast, which is a vegetarian product that has a similar taste to cheese. We're of course going to use fresh basil, pine nuts, salt, olive oil, and garlic. So let's get started. So to make the pesto, we're going to use a food processor. And we have here about 2 cups of fresh basil leaves, nice and tightly packed. Put those into the food processor. And we have our 3 cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup of pine nuts, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And we have 1/2 cup of oil. We're going to only add half of the oil for starters and let that all process together. Okay, so this has processed so that it's nice and well blended together. You might have to scrape it down from the sides a few times to get it all well incorporated. And now that it's pretty well blended, we're going to add the remaining oil in a stream so that it mixes evenly throughout. And so, oh, that smells so delicious. Now we're ready to make the pappardelle noodles. So the easiest way to do it is to have a mandolin. This is a mandolin, and you can buy one in Target or Walmart. They cost like $20, or you can order it from Amazon. And this one here is old. I've had it since my restaurant days, for about 35 years, and it works perfectly, so I still use it. So you take your zucchini, you trim off the top and the bottom, and you want the slices to be not too thick and not too thin. You can adjust the size of the slices on the mandolin over here with this lever. So you press down and you just slide. Be sure to keep your fingers away. And you see, you want the zucchini to be pliable like a noodle, but not too thin that it's going to disintegrate when you cook it. I'm going to make this just a tiny bit thicker. And you go around the zucchini, leaving the middle section of the seeds for another use. And with each time you make a slice, that is a noodle. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way because the mandolins tend to be quite sharp. And so that is one zucchini, and you can see the noodles are pliable but not too thin or too thick. And we're going to cook these. So you finish up with the rest of your zucchini, and then we start to cook. Generally speaking, I don't like to put too many in the pan at the same time. So we have our pan here heating up on medium-low. Add a little bit of olive oil. You don't need too much. Swirl it around, and then put in your noodles. This is about the right amount to saute at one time. If you put too many in, they're going to break and they're going to fall apart, and you really want to get that noodle-like texture. Add a little bit of salt and some fresh pepper. And you want to gently saute that for about 3 to 4 minutes until the zucchini get softened. You don't want them to brown, so you have to keep turning them. Okay, these noodles are done now. You can see they're nice and pliable, just like a noodle. And so once they get pliable like that, take them off the heat. And if you're doing them in separate batches, just put them out on a plate and then go on to the next batch. Okay, so these noodles are now done. We'll return the other batch to the pan and add in, let me turn off the heat, add in some of the pesto sauce. The idea is not to add too much. The amount of pesto sauce that we made is really good for 4 dinner-size portions. And then you just stir this around to heat up the pesto and coat all of the zucchini noodles gently with the pesto sauce. So now we're ready to eat this delicious raw vegan pappardelle with pesto sauce. You see, when the zucchini are cooked, they have a texture similar to that of noodles. Now, they're not going to really taste like noodles, but they are so delicious. So if you want the recipe, you can go to my website at eatwellenjoylife.com and click on the blog and you'll find it there. Thanks. Bye-bye.